Have you ever wondered if the legendary Trojan War described in Homer's epic, the Iliad, was a real historical event? The Trojan War, a tale woven into the fabric of ancient Greek mythology, has captivated minds for centuries. Its blend of heroism, betrayal, and divine intervention is truly mesmerizing. Yet, historians and archaeologists are locked in an unending debate. Was this epic war a figment of poetic imagination or a chapter from our distant past? Whether the Trojan War was a fact or fiction, it remains one of the most fascinating stories in the annals of human history. The Trojan War, according to mythology, began with a wedding and a golden apple. The wedding was a grand event, celebrating the union of the sea nymph Thetis and the mortal Peleus. All the gods were invited, with one notable exception: Eris, the goddess of discord. Feeling slighted, Eris crashed the party, throwing a golden apple inscribed with the words, "To the fairest." This sparked a heated debate among three goddesses: Athena, goddess of wisdom; Hera, queen of the gods; and Aphrodite, goddess of love. Unable to decide who was the fairest, they turned to Paris, a prince of Troy, to make the judgment. Each goddess attempted to sway Paris with tempting offers, but it was Aphrodite who won him over by promising him the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen of Sparta. However, Helen was already married to King Menelaus of Sparta. When Paris absconded with Helen to Troy, it ignited a fury in Menelaus that would lead to the legendary Trojan War. Thus, the abduction of Helen by Paris sparked a conflict that would last a decade, known as the Trojan War. The Greeks, led by Agamemnon, king of Mycenae, launched a massive expedition against Troy to retrieve Helen. The Siege of Troy, an epic struggle that lasted a grueling 10 years, was marked by countless battles and heroic feats. One significant event during this enduring conflict was the duel between Paris, the Trojan prince who had whisked Helen away, and Menelaus, the Spartan king who had lost his wife. The duel was intended to end the war, but it only served to fuel the fire, as the gods intervened and Paris was saved from certain death at Menelaus's hands. The war was not just about kings and princes, though. It was also about warriors, and two of them stood out above the rest: Hector of Troy and Achilles of Greece. Hector, the noble prince of Troy, fought bravely to defend his city, embodying the Trojan spirit of resilience. Achilles, on the other hand, was a Greek warrior of unparalleled skill and ferocity. His battles were legendary, his victories numerous. But the tide of war is fickle, and even the mighty Achilles could not escape its whims. In a tragic twist, he was fatally wounded by an arrow to his heel, fired by none other than Paris. Despite numerous battles and years of siege, the city of Troy remained impregnable. The Greeks, unable to penetrate Troy's defenses, resorted to a cunning plan involving a giant wooden horse. The ingenious Odysseus, known for his crafty and strategic mind, proposed a scheme that would play on the Trojans' curiosity and their downfall. A colossal horse, seemingly an offering to the gods, was constructed and left at the gates of the city. The Greeks then feigned retreat, leaving the horse behind as a supposed peace offering. Inside this hollow horse, a group of Greek warriors hid, waiting for the night to descend and the city gates to close behind them. The unsuspecting Trojans, believing the Greeks had admitted defeat, celebrated their victory and dragged the wooden horse into their city. As the city of Troy slept, the warriors emerged from the horse, opening the gates for the rest of the Greek army. The city was overrun, and the once impenetrable Troy fell. The fall of Troy marked the end of the legendary Trojan War, leaving us with tales of heroism, deceit, and the destructive power of beauty. The Trojan War, as chronicled by Homer, is a tale of love, honor, and deception that has captivated audiences for millennia. The story begins with the judgment of Paris, a divine beauty contest that lit the fuse of a decade-long conflict. Paris's choice to award the golden apple to Aphrodite set in motion a chain of events that would see the city of Troy under siege for 10 long years. This was a war marked by heroics and tragedies, with figures such as Hector and Achilles etching their names into the annals of history. Hector, the Trojan prince, and Achilles, the greatest Greek warrior, both fell, their lives claimed by this relentless conflict. The war reached its climax with the deception of the Trojan horse, a cunning Greek ploy that sealed the fate of Troy. Whether it was a real event or a myth, the story of the Trojan War continues to intrigue us, reminding us of the complexities of human nature and the devastating consequences of conflict.